friends. I just wanted to reach out to you really quick to tell you about something that I'm putting on Seesaw. On Seesaw, you're going to see a post of lots of lines and circles. And that is your work to do at home. It's to make lines and circles. How easy is that? But lines and circles are super important because our letters are made out of lines and circles and kind of curved lines too. So when you're making your uppercase and your lowercase letters, you're just using lines and circles. See? So the better you get and the more practice you have at making lines and circles, the better your writing will be. And remember, all we do is practice, because the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. So don't get frustrated. If you get frustrated, just take a deep breath and relax, because you're only 3, 4, and 5, and this is your time to practice. So some of the lines you're going to do are lines straight down, lines across, slanted lines. Those are a little bit trickier. Slanted lines down this way, slanted down lines like that. And look at, I made an X. Is it perfect? Nope. But it still looks like an X. So the more you practice, the better your X's will be. Looks like Miss Jenny needs to practice a little bit. So I want you to practice your lines and your circles. My circle's not so bad because that looks kind of like an O or a 0. See, all you're doing is making lines. So if you get a little discouraged, which means like, oh no, my circle doesn't match, don't worry, just take a deep breath and practice again. So I want you to practice your lines and circles the best you can. Just practice, practice, practice. And then the next thing I want you to practice, and moms and dads and family members, this might be hard for you, is that I want my friends, even my 3-year-olds, to start cutting out their activities by themselves. So some of you, I've seen the letter of the week, which are beautiful, and you're cutting. The parents look like they're cutting for you, which is so nice of them to want to help you and make your letter of the week. But what I want you to do is practice cutting yourself. Because what does Miss Jenny say? The more you practice, the easier and the better it gets. And it's okay if we make mistakes. That's how we learn. Even grown-ups make mistakes, and we still learn. We think, oh, I'm gonna do it different next time. So when you're cutting out your lines, family members, maybe trace the letter, trace the letter H, or if we're doing a project with a gingerbread cookie, maybe trace the gingerbread, and then you'll cut on the lines. And friends and families, it's okay if we cut off the line. Because watch Miss Jenny. Your thumb is on the top, thumb goes on the top, and 2 fingers on the bottom. Your thumb is on the top, your thumb is on the top. Hi-ho, the dairy-o. Your thumb is always on the top. So if some people may cut like this, that's okay, because you're still cutting, but you want your, flip it around. Your thumb is on top. And it's good also if you put your arm, like your elbow, your wing, to the side, because then you have more control over your scissors. I know it's hard. I see some of you concentrating so hard. Some of you have your tongue sticking out because you're concentrating. That's wonderful. So what we do is we cut on the line or next to the line. See, just take little cuts, little snips. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Let your scissors snip, snip, snip. Uh-oh. Look what happened. I cut off the line. Oh no. That's okay, yes. Guess what? That's okay. I'm just gonna stop. Take a deep breath. And start over. And get back on the line. Because remember, friends, we're just doing the best we can. And the best we can is perfect. Because each time we try, we'll get better. So look it, I got back on the line. And sometimes the line is really, really hard to cut on. So you can cut around the line, moms and dads. It's okay. Or a little jaggedy. That's okay too. Just do the best you can. And look, it's not perfect, but it's still a circle. That's okay. And what's really fun is that if you start practicing and cutting out your letters or your projects that your families trace for you, you'll get better and better. And what's fun is sometimes to see these projects where I say, oh my goodness, look at that, they cut so well. It doesn't have to be perfect, moms and dads. I just want them to practice the skill. And if they try a little bit, and oh, it might be a little hard because you're 3 or you're 4, as long as they start it, maybe you could finish it. Or what you do is you get behind them and then you help them use their scissors up and down, open, shut. So that's where we need teamwork, and we need our families to help us. So moms and dads, you could get behind your preschooler or preschooler and cut with them, because that shows them what their fingers need to do. And guess what? By the time the end of the year comes, your cutting will be so much better because you've practiced. And I like to look at the projects at the beginning of the year where maybe, that's my circle, because my fingers just wouldn't do what my mind wants them to do. Then at the end of the year, look it, I'm cutting. At the end of the year, I will make a circle and it will be fine because you're practicing. So it's important to practice your lines and practice your circles and practice your cutting. And it's okay if it looks a little silly, because I like a little silly. And then you can be proud and say, I did it all by myself. And that is also good exercise for your fingers to practice these skills. So don't worry, mom and dad, if it's a little wonky like this, it's okay, because I'll know they did it and I'll be proud of them for practicing. So, okay, my friends, you have jobs to do today. Practice your lines and your circles, and if you're able to, make some uppercase and lowercase letters, and then practice your cutting. All right, my friends, that's just Miss Jenny's tip for the day. Have a wonderful day. We wish you well. We wish you well. All throughout the day today, Miss Jenny wishes you well. Bye, my friends.